Many a times when you take a photograph, you will see the image is taken at an angle just to cover the entire object inside a photo. So here's an example of a theater. I mean, as you can see, the theater is leaning backwards because the photo was taken at an angle so to capture the entire building in its image. But the problem with this image is now this image look tilted, right? And it doesn't appeal to the user because of the tilt in the image. So this can be corrected using Photoshop using a perspective transform. So when you apply a perspective transform inside a Photoshop, the Photoshop can warp the image and it looks really at a good angle which is in parallel with the camera, right? So let's learn how we can do this inside a Photoshop. So I am inside Photoshop. Let's open an image that has this warp issue. So this is the image where we you see the image is taken at an angle. This is also called a keyword distortion in an image, and which we want to correct it. So the way to correct it is first you go and click on the left tool here, which is called a crop tool, and make sure the entire object is selected right here. And then what you do is you go inside a filter, and then you select a lens correction which will appear here, and then you click on the custom on the right, and this is the vertical perspective transform that you can see. And here this particular image has a vertical transformation issue, so just by moving the slider you can see how the image is getting corrected, right? The image is getting tilted at an angle, right? And you can keep moving this until you feel the image looks straightened. I mean from the warping perspective, right? So this much angle looks better. So this is the warping the image in the vertical direction, and now the image looks much better. You can also warp image in the horizontal direction if you want, right? That's how it controls, but we don't need any horizontal warp, so we'll keep it as in the central. And you can also decide at which angle you want to warp, right? We don't need to, but this is just for your knowledge, okay? And once you do this, just click on OK. So the image warp is complete. Now you can export this image as PNG and name it as after perspective transform.png. Save it on your desktop, and if I go to my desktop and just open that PNG image, this is the PNG image, right? So this was after and this was before. So as you can see the difference between these two images and how the Photoshop is so useful in correcting the keyword distortion in the image after you have taken the photo, right? That's amazing.